Welcome back to Algebra 1 exercise sessions. Today we are going to do chapter 4.1, page 127. Exercise number 2 in the written exercises. Here we have to represent the unknowns with a letter, and we have to define what our letter represents. So this was done for you in the classroom exercises previously, but in this section we have to do it ourselves. So number 2, this week Jack worked 6.5 more hours at the supermarket than he worked last week. We have to write down that, for example, if we assign W, the letter W, to be the hours Jack worked last week, then we have to write it down, let W equals the hours Jack worked last week. Exactly the same as is done in the book in the classroom exercises. For example, in number 1, let L be Lou's age. In number 2, let H equals the height in centimeters, and so on. So here you say let W equals the number of hours Jack worked last week. Now for this week, it will be W plus 6.5. He worked 6.5 hours more. So again, when you say let W equals the hours Jack worked last week, then the next thing you say, then W plus 6.5 will be the hours Jack worked this week. We are not going to write these every time or dwell on it. However, when you do the exercise, you have to write it down. So number 4, the larger of two numbers 3 times the smaller. So we say let S be the smaller number, then 3S is the larger number. Number 6, this year Kyle's salary increased by 1/5 of his salary last year. Let L equals his salary last year. Then L plus 1/5L will be his salary this year. So we fill in the blanks, L plus 1/5L. Number 8, this year the company's earnings decreased by 1/3 of its earnings last year. Let L equals the company's earnings last year. Then L minus 1/3L will be the company's earnings this year. Number 10, Bobby has 2 less than 8 times as many stamps as Celise has. So we can assign Celise the number n, for example, or we can give her the letter S. So if she is n, then Bobby is 8 times, that means 8n. And 2 less than this, so 8n minus 2. 12, the length of a rectangle is 2 centimeters less than 5 times its width. Again, we say let W be the width of the rectangle, then the length of the rectangle will be 5W minus 2. Number 14, the length of one piece of wire is 1 centimeter greater than half the length of a second piece of wire. So one piece of wire will be X. The second is half as much, and 1 is added to that number, so it is half X plus 1. So with this, we come to the end of this session. We hope to see you again.